go. I'm so sorry, child. You love to rock and roll. It's a long goodbye, but I guess it's time to go. I'm so sorry, child.
Oh, great song by Vane. Davey Vane. Kind of an obscure 80s rock band, but they got some good tunes. Welcome to Friday Day Chill Stream. Oh, here's a long since we've seen Travis, but she keeps a jar of peanut butter on the nightstand. You're not mistaken. Hemi, results. Manage Roy from Mumbai. Mega, I did get your email. I'll look at it later. Meg always gets the music right. We got Adrian Dog Pill. Yes, that is something now. Can you believe it? BJ in the chat. I got two good stories. Now, I went to the store this morning and I saw this car, and on the back was written like just married, just divorced. I should have taken a picture of it. It was probably a woman. How you want to bet? She was probably a woman. Looking for attention. But let's talk about women, what they're doing today. Okay, we understand women love dogs. I am very leery of dog owners, especially if they're women. They treat them like royalty. They treat the man like crap, typically. There are some that are decent, but for the most part, I'm not a big dog guy myself. I just don't have the time to take care of it. I've already taken care of 3 kids, and I'm not interested. But hey, if you have a dog and you love it, so be it. But I've always wondered, and I've heard the stories of peanut butter and dog, companionship, if you will. We've all heard it. It's true. It is really true. There are women and probably sick dudes that fall in love with their animals. I don't get it. But we'll read a story about a woman that married. I got 2 of them. She's going to keep that peanut butter close by. Betty, they do a lot more than loving the dogs. You are not mistaken. Not once have I looked at a pet and said, what is wrong with people? What is wrong? Men marrying money, not man. They leave the man for unupgraded money. Of course, that is called hypergamy. Me sad now, says results. Let's see. Sad, I see nurses gather up and talk about dogs like if their kids' clock ran out on them. Well, they call them their fur mommies and fur babies. It's really weird. They call them their children. It's just, no, I'm sorry. Those are animals. They don't have the same brain as us. They're not. They are loyal to anyone that gives them food. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that I had 2 dogs. My parents had 2 Afghan dogs. In fact, I had to take one of them died. It was right after college, and I had to take the dog, and right before I got married, actually. I had to take the dog. It was frozen, basically died outside. And yeah, anyhow, I just don't have the time for it. But we're going to get into it. Every woman I know tells dog tongue is far better than the human. And I'm not talking about, do some internet searching. The dog was an upgrade, says Adrian. Well, something's going on with the mental faculties of both men and women in 2024 and going on. Something's weird. I asked how she was doing, and she said, fine. Then she added, today's my birthday. Wished her nothing since she didn't repeat the same question to me. Ghosted her. Simone, she's going to want your attention. Good to see you from Italy. Alucard in the chat. Good to see you. In LA, the dog care section is bigger than the baby supply area. What's that tell you? John Markel, what the F? A hoe married her dog? I wouldn't be surprised they French kiss. Any woman that kisses a dog is disgusting. All that bacteria, they lick their bottoms, they lick their pee-pees, they lick their poops. No. She says, good boy, he barks. Good relationship for a woman. Attaboy. Good to see Bookshelf. The legendary John Boston graces us. Let's get into it. Woman who married dog 8 years ago says he's perfect for her. In England or Northern Ireland, a woman who married her dog says that despite people thinking she's mad, he's perfect for her. 43-year-old Wilhelmina Morgan Callaghan from Northern Ireland married her dog Henry. So she's 51 now. Good to see Trog in the chat. She's 51, married her dog Henry. We all know a dog is man's best friend. And Callaghan credits Henry's loyalty for getting her through tough times. What did he do? What did this dog do to get her through tough times? I'm trying to figure this out. He might like peanut butter, most likely. What did he do? He sat by and, she rubbed him and stroked him. Did the dog share emotional, logistical things with no, it was basically the woman cried on the dog. The dog's looking for food and being pet. That's it. He'll go to the next owner if he gets a better opportunity. That's the woman who buys peanut butter by the gallon. This is just as bad as the donkey show stuff. I'm telling you. And look, we'll get into it. Prediction: dogs will be diagnosed with autism next. No bad dog owners. The dog will be diagnosed. Yeah, I saw that. I sent you a video of a woman and she's mad and she's an old cat lady. These women, when they're dogs and pets, they're nuts. Good to see Europe. Jason Reed from Colorado. Her poor dog has to be completely miserable. Things have fallen apart since we married in 2000. Let's see. Things fell apart since we married in 2009, she said. I lost my job, so was forced to become a freelance embalmer. Looks like she worked in a morgue. There's a red flag. There's not much money in that. Then my house flooded. But Henry has been great. He's so loyal. She added that she calls him Ree, which means king in ancient Gaelic. He is like a king. He is my king. Henry is a Yorkshire Terrier that Callaghan adopted in 2009 from a friend who had puppies. After reading about people marrying their pets online, Callaghan decided she would do it too. It's not legal to marry in the UK, but it's a spiritual one. Henry isn't Callaghan's only pet, though. She has 11 dogs in total. There you go. And is such a huge canine lover, she runs a Facebook page devoted to terriers. Fortunately, she says that she and all her dogs get along well with most of the time. It's an unusual union. Dogs are better than men. And frankly, she's probably not the only one to share that view. There have been plenty of other cases of people marrying their pets. A woman in Lanzarote married her 2 cats after splitting from her partner of 7 years, for example. And a Dutch woman married her dog after her first husband, a cat, died. Her first husband was a cat. What is wrong with these people? I can't make this shit up. She could bury her canine husband on her property and not have to pay property tax for. There you go. Only if it was legal. John Markel says, well, the health and reproductive issues of pets and hoes are more important than a man's health and reproductive issues. There you go. Mr. Sammy in the chat, good to see you. She loves her bear. She loves the bear more than every man. Yeah, now they went from dogs to bears, Europe, right? Let's see. The women with all dogs complain that their dogs have arthritis. I so want to say, well, stop feeding it peanut butter. Yeah, you might be onto something. Just wait for the new strains of VD in the days to come. Does not bode well. There you go. Who let the dogs out? Maybe there's something to that song, Europe. I saw Man Trouble that had Jack Nicholson about a man training attack dogs to attract a woman. Well, a lot of these women, have you noticed that most of these women love big male dogs? Who's got the last laugh? That's what we're talking about. My dog's any woman, but I will marry. My dogs are greater than any woman, but I will not marry them. Well, they're a loyal friend. Were you around when people got into having pet rocks? Yes. Actually, my dad bought us all a pet rock. Came in a box. Dogs are simps. Quick. Good to see Char in the chat. Char from Deutschland. Dogs love to eat. They love to eat. So if you feed them, they're going to be loyal. That's the only thing these 304s like, pets. They like pets because they can control them and the pets follow. If you treat them like a pet, that's great. If you treat them like a human, there's something wrong with you. Timothy Sokol from San Pedro. Rad, a dog for a dog. Matching flea collars. There you go. I love my dog. He's more loyal than people around him. I'm glad you have a good relationship. But you treat your dog as a dog. Do you treat him like a human? They're not humans. Callaghan is totally committed to Henry, unlike other marriages which fall apart. I know I'm with Henry, my beautiful terrier for life. People think I'm mad, but he's perfect for me. So I've got a link to that article. It's from the Independent, and I got another story too. Them getting married to dogs just show they're resistant to being subservient and submissive. The reason they married, one of the reasons she married, not only for she's nuts, she has 11 dogs, she works in a morgue, she's wacky. No guy wants that. But they love the attention. They get 100% attention from these dogs. How many men give 100% attention to their ladies? Probably in the beginning, but after that, they can't get all that attention. Dogs are loyal. I fed my ex. She wasn't. You are not wrong, Trog. This woman I know has 2 or 3 pit bulls and now at 58 wants to get tattoos. Jeez. The hive mind, John, the hive mind. It's real. It has been said women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Men are only loved under the condition they provide something. So what does a dog provide? 100% loyalty to that woman, right? Doesn't pay the bills, doesn't clean the house. But for some reason, she finds great loyal and companionship with that dog. Well, that dog's not going anywhere. Of course they're going to be. That dog doesn't have a cell phone. Dog doesn't go to work. A Great Dane is her backup on date night. Ooh. I'm telling you, there are women that do certain things with dogs, and it's pretty common. It's not uncommon. She is a strong and independent and doesn't need no man, but she is a gold digger animal who is hurting men for free meals. Dinner dates for 3 million Trebek. Watch when returning deployed military see their dogs after a long period. I think there's bonds with dogs, but man, at that point, creating a marriage with the dog, creating a love affair with the dog, that is some weird shit. Imagine a real man treating a bitch like a female is the definition. Maybe she's interested in birthing an alien species. They say economy is not strong, but the dogs also go to the barbershop. Invest in pets. Great opportunity. The pet business is only growing. Good for you, Mr. Sammy. You got a nice caretaker. I mean, there's utility. There's great things about dogs. They find people in rubble. They're able to be guide dogs. There's some wonderful things, but they treat them as a dog, not as a human. That's my issue. My dog, my old boy is 14 years old. We have grown up together. To me, he's the father figure I've never had. He made me responsible since I had to put myself second, which I still do. There you go. Dog diggers now. There you go. The dog pill. Is that what they're calling it? The dog pill. A lot of women going and being with dogs instead of men. Can that dog provide for her? Can that dog give her babies? Can a dog give self-satisfaction? 100%. No. She likes the dog because he is pumping her daily and she can't divorce him. You said it. I hit the like button like a member of the patriarchy. Attaboy. I bet she gets guys, it's not uncommon. I had to believe it myself. There are a gigantic portion of people that find satisfaction from dogs, and it's disgusting. Good to see Shaka in the chat. Hope you're doing well down in Eagle Mountain. I hope the dog got a prenup. Even a woman would try to steal his bone. Jason Reed, you're not mistaken. Adrian, leave them dogs alone. Let them be a dog, a pet. Treat them as such. Jigtail coming soon. Dogs going their own way. Good to see you, Scotty. I reached level 41 today. Attaboy. Congrats. Happy birthday. Modern women got everything we wanted and they can't handle it. Women get everything and they are miserable, married to their own lives. You're not mistaken. There are males who French kiss their dogs too. I don't think you should be around a dog, Tom. That's just me. I think could potentially be bacteria you don't want, staph infections. Gee, let's pet them. But the whole kissing thing is weird. She also gives them dog collars as present. Attaboy. SCE in the chat. Good to see you, brother. Master Wrench. I think women, dogs, and peanut butter are more common. Yes, I would agree. That dog gonna get tired of her and bite the shit out of her. You never know. You never know. You never know, brother. Dog Tao. Let's see. We got Snoop Dogg married 27 years. Scallon 23. Snoop Dogg he's married. Scallon, where are you from? You guys are going fast on these comments here. She said she went to Dogtown and there wasn't a skateboard in sight. I had a Dogtown skateboard. Yeah. Happy birthday to Scotty, brothers. Radical Rafter in the chat. Good to see you. Hoes can't let a dog be a dog. They got to mess up a dog's and a man's life. There you go, Jerron. Shaka says Pound Town. It is Pound Town for them. Rad, question. Would you choose a modern woman or be in the middle of the woods? Middle of the woods. She calls her animals her kids. She loves to self-manipulate her own reality. Yes, it's delusion. It's really that simple. I was a young kid 14 years ago. Now I'm an adult. He taught me many things like being silent. That's great. Nothing wrong with that. Last trip during the day, I had the dog and I found a housekeeper to both accompany during the day, both female. It's nice to have company. Yeah, and there's a lot of guys in here that have dogs. They treat them as dogs. Their mouths are cleaner. That's a myth. That's a myth, Jerron. But there you go. They treat them better than they would treat kids. Think about that. It's really weird. They said they're good with no dogs. Dog has shoes on, and it is a stroller. I've seen women carry dogs in those baby carriers too, which is I find interesting. But whatever. Suzanne Fleming, I used to jog 3 to 5 miles every day with my dog, but I can't imagine being stupid enough to marry him. There's Suzanne, and she's, I think, in her 60s. You can have a companion as a dog, a pet. The dog can be a dog, but when you begin to humanize the dog, I have issues with that. That is a sign of delusion. Yes, they do that, Adrian, and that's disgusting. Appreciate that, Manage Roy. Here's a question that is a counter to the bear question. Would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with a woman or a dog? Ooh, that's a good. Depends on what the woman is. If she's a modern day 304, no. Probably a dog. The dog can fetch a fish out of the ocean. My hounds eat nasty stuff, then throw it up. Not so clean. The hygiene is not there. That's all I'm saying, guys. You know he's cheating on her. He's got that dog in him. Well, he don't care. He's going to find wherever he can lay, if he's not snipped or whatever, neutered, he's going to have that desire. All of that. Dogs hump my legs, when they're in heat or whatever. She likes sausages no matter if it's a man or a dog. The sausage is her diamond. Richie, this is the most pathetic thing I've seen from a human being. The world is nuts. Yeah, anthropomorphization. She works in a pediatric place. I see RNs looking at their dogs through a camera. Oh, yeah. They got dog pictures, dog selfies. You know what? I understand where a dog fits in a family, where Rover fits. I get it. When you start marrying them and treating them as humans and boyfriends and they're more, that is a serious mental issue. Now, here's the second story. A woman married her dog, and the reason is controversial. A British woman, Amanda Rogers, made headlines with her unique marriage and married her beloved dog, Sheba. Recalling the proposal, Amanda reminisced about the joy moment when Sheba wagged her tail in approval. So this woman asked to marry her dog, proposed to her dog, and the dog wagged its tail. The dog doesn't know what the hell you're doing. The dog wants food and to be pet. It is pathetic. 304s have done themselves. Women marrying dogs, please, let's bring back asylums. If something is not right here. Timmy Kramer, they got my clubs loaded and heading to the golf. Don't get married. It's a business for women. Remember, women love to be married or love to be brides. She wanted to be a bride to a dog. We have to accept the fact that there is crazy out there. If she got a man, she called a cop to divorce your ass. If she is single, she will marry a dog. Dog pill for 300 Trebek. She's craving the control and the Crayola. It's all control at this point and attention, right? Sheba is a male. Having a dog and taking care of him took me on the right path. Yeah, I mean, you learn to love and put something first. I think that's great. Now, this isn't about me not having a dog or you having a dog. It's the fact that there are whacked out people. Sheba had been a loyal companion, offering solace and laughter in times of distress. I dream of a perfect wedding dress since I was small. I made it myself for the ceremony. The day was wonderful, more fun than marriage. Despite the fact it's not legal to marry your dog, Amanda spared no effort in making the day special, crafting her own wedding dress. She walked down the aisle to seal the bond with a kiss, as confetti rained down in celebration. She emphasized that while the legality of the union might be questionable, no, it's not questionable, it's illegal. The emotional significance was paramount. Her dog, she explained, embodied a kind of unwavering affection and happiness that she never found elsewhere. There you go. I'm on a fast. I'm 22 and a half hours in. I'm going to see if I can make it to 150 on a 24. Is this a screwed up way for a cry for help? It's a way to get attention. That's all I'm thinking, Adrian. What happened? Let's see. Scotty says, what happened? Gosh damn it. What's going on with my computer here? What happens when she wants to divorce the dog? Does the dog have to pay alimony? Where does the dog go? To the pound? Goes to another woman to get married. She's playing the dog card for love and attention. How depressing. Isn't it depressing? Take care of yourself first, second, and third. And after that, you have everything under control. You can buy yourself a dog. There you go. Wolf's in the chat. Total witchcraft. I agree with you, brother. Let her be bride to a horse. You'll be more happy than being a bride to the dog. Extremely satisfied. You might not be wrong, Manage Roy. So is marrying your dog a step up from marrying yourself? Good question, Trog. Every woman that I've entered a relationship knew that she came at the most fourth in my life. Attaboy, Scotty. Laying it down to Chinatown with those gals. She goes to animal shelters. Hey, where are you going on a date? I'm going to the animal shelter. That's where all the guys are. What do you mean, guys? They're the male dogs. We'll go there. I'll find one to marry. I remember Andrew Dice Clay. Rover took over. She can't keep a human man. She keeps the dirty dog around, so she settles. Get your passports. Well said, Jerron. You know, after 8 years, this dog wants another biatch, potentially. All right, so let's keep going with this utter buffoonery. In a television appearance, Amanda defended her controversial choice. She asserted that her connection with Sheba transcended conventional norm. She reflected on the initial bond that formed when she first laid eyes on him as a 2-week-old pup. The woman felt an instant connection that went beyond conventional understanding. Addressing the host's skepticism, she elucidated the depth of her affection, highlighting the intricate nature of the unique bond they shared. Wait. What do you mean unique bond? The dog was looking for food and someone to take care of it. You were the person. Whatever you thought after that is whacked. Let's see who we got here. Rad was opening this shit up with White Lion. Well, actually, it wasn't White Lion. It was Vane. But sounds similar. The woman must become last, do 10 things more, and she will come number 11. Yeah, a woman should never be in pole position. Interspecies marriage is blasphemy. Well said. And I think they talk about it in the Bible somewhere. I could be mistaken. Pit bulls. I'm not a big pit bull fan. I think they're more dangerous than most people think. Stop the BS. They're a violent breed. Yes, they are. Dog was complementing it to the family, not a replacement. There you go. In marriage, kids, dog, then husband, you're last. You're well said, Scallon. You are 100% correct. Bestiality now, we are in some evil times. Ed's back. They can make Mary a toilet for what I care as long as not me. They are better things to enjoy in this hellhole than a thing that can't be satisfied with just yourself. Good to see you, brother. Passport bros are simps. They buy women with their money. She wants your money like a 304. Yeah, it's the same thing. Different language, different culture. Same woman. Dog makes sense if you have kids and you got kids for the security of the house. Yes. I mean, they from a utilitarian perspective, absolutely. For little kids, great. But they're still an animal. They're not a human. A dog can run and not get tossed into jail. That's funny. Spiritual warfare. See you later, Manager Roy. He's out in India. When I was stupid enough to be on dating sites, they'd say, if my dog doesn't like you, you are done. Well, how about on dating sites? My dogs come first. You must be a dog lover. Must know that dog comes first. Lots of dating apps where women will not date a man if she does not like. Well said, Mega. A dog is not a lone wolf. Mary, quite contrary. Andrew Dice Clay, man, he was huge in the late 80s, mid to late 80s. This reminds me of Catherine the Great. The death meal for every man is called wedding cake. Yes, my dad chose a wife over me. We get along better now, and I've learned to forgive him. Old school simp culture. It is what it is, right? He's still your dad. They feel that they love the dog, so it's true. Yes, they're feeling, Scotty, 100%. Chaos for you, brother. Good to see you. A woman marries her dog. Better outlaw peanut butter. She chooses no good dogs and men. Might as well marry what she likes and who she is. Oh, but well said, Jerron Markel. Well said. When asked about her romantic life, Amanda boldly stated that no man entered her bedroom without Sheba's approval. Recounting a peculiar incident, she shared how she had made a man sleep in the dog bed for an entire week. What a simp. As this interview concluded, the most humorously questioned whether Sheba was aware of their arrangement. Now the interviewer is asking her if the dog is aware of the arrangement. Amanda's response left no room for doubt. She emphasized her commitment and devotion to her four-legged companion. Fed up with the complexities and disappointments of human relationships with guys, Amanda made the unconventional decision to marry her dog as a reflection of her profound disillusionment with romantic entanglements. Well, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Timothy says, a dog is a proxy child. Yes. I mean, women have that nurturing aspect. I understand why they want to take care of pets. She wants her resources, not the marriage. Chunky is more stimulating, so they say. Must be a dog lover and a Trump hater. That's what they say, Scallon23. I happen to see many women taking their dog out. Most of them decide to have a dog, increase their likes on social media. Well, if you have a dog and you're at a dog park as a man and you see other dog lovers, you might get some nookie after the dog. Bookshelf, no country for old dogs. There you go. Chaos. The dog is easier to control and handle. Dogs are, yes, animals for the most part. Yes, she can control that as she wants to control men. Hey, they marry trees and shit. Why not marry a dog and it's shit? Well, you're not wrong, Jerron. I saw the 3 college woke types pushing themselves like children in a shopping cart last night. Guys, we live in a very delusional world. Even dogs know they are better than 90% of men who live in the West. I think dogs are figuring it out. Pantry full of Alpo. Run for your life. There you go. To all men in the chat, the unicorn doesn't exist. Body count is minimum 20 to 2,000. I saw a video on YouTube. A woman slept with 100 in one night. Yeah, what's her name? Something. She's English. LA has dog hotels. If you have to be away for a few days, 400 a day. Woo! Eve's curse. Many women post rescue videos to get attention on social media. I agree with that. If you guys have kids, you got to put in the effort, double time to compete with this insanity. It's rough out there. Emphasize the rough, Travis. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds. You going, Andrew Dice. Did she get the kids' consent beforehand? If not, that's blank, brother. Nothing shocks me anymore. Good to see you, GOR. Mr. Ramadi. They married dogs is just them showing bad they need a man desperately. And attention. Again, they want the shock factor. JC from Texas, does that dog spend a lot of time licking peanut butter? Mine is incredibly smart. He's smarter. Well, there you go. I'm glad he had a good experience. MGTOW Mutt is a dog cell. I'm telling you guys, this is all spiritual to the core evil. It is. Is there anything about animals within the Bible? They are loved unconditionally, says Chris Rock. Dogs are the real Chad alphas now. They don't do a jack shit, live rent free, get better food, much more attention and love than the husband. Marty in the chat. Marty, no BS. Good to see you. She's probably blanking it as well. I do not disagree with you. Let's see. Hold on. Fed up with complexities. I just said that. Frustrated by the unpredictability and complexities of human emotional dynamics, she found solace and unwavering companionship in her partner, Sheba. Sheba had been a source of consistent joy and support, offering all kinds of unconditional love that had eluded her with human connections. The woman chose a life partner who never judged or betrayed her. Amanda found in Sheba, her dog, a sense of emotional security and understanding she had long in her relationship with humans. Oh my gosh, that I'm going to have to post that as well. Guys, whose fault is that? Trog, you're absolutely right. We're living in some really crazy times. So glad we never had kids. Little shits always pull the, can we get up my kid? We didn't have dogs growing up because my ex was allergic to hair. First marrying animals, then normalizing animal love. Well said, Chaos. That's what I was going to say. Whoever wrote these two articles, they're nuts too. They're trying to normalize it. Monks don't have these problems. Well said, Timothy. It says, don't F animals. I'm in so many words. That's what I thought. They were doing it back then. Yeah, bring a pooch to the party, right, Mr. Sammy, and maybe you'll meet someone. She loves horses and dogs. She can choose between a big or small one. She got a 2 sausage rotation. You guys are so mean. That's mean. The bagel koshers worshipped a gold cow even though they knew God was with them and told them not to. Sounds like women now. Well, history repeats itself, right? Every single evil Bible talks about is making its way back, just like the Bible says the root is the woman. Bible is a heck of a red pill. Lots of wisdom in the Bible. You'll see they'll try and normalize animal love. And I agree with you, Chaos, 100%, brother. 100%. Appreciate you posting that, brother. She acts as if she's also a veterinarian. Remember when dogs were man's best friend? They even took that away from us. Look, I'm not negating people that have really good bonds with their animals, their dogs. I think it's great, but you don't treat them as a human. They're not. They're not a brother, they're not a sister, they're a pet. Treat them as such. Get the value that you see out of the pet, and the pet will get the value out of you. She got all the dating apps on the phone. I don't see men falling in love with women prisoners except George from Seinfeld. The mighty Mysterio from Winnipeg. Good to see you. Dogs are loyal. Mine respects me because I take good care of them. Well, you also feed it too. So if you didn't feed it, it went somewhere else. It'd probably stick around for the person that fed it. So yeah, you definitely take care of it. Sometimes she'll name them either Lassie or Rin Tin Tin or even Marmaduke. Animal love will be normalized while masculinity will become more and more illegal. You know what? These aren't bad. These aren't wacky predictions. Listen, if you're writing an article about highlighting 2 women, and that's just 2, there's multiple articles. Go Google women marrying their dogs. They're normalizing, as they're normalizing other things, like with little kids. It's interspecies erotica. I just had a Clerks movie flashback. Kevin Smith for 300 Trebek. Abusive and controlling, but when she is doing it, it's called Happy Wife, Happy Life. Wolf says, I like my girl's dog, hang out with him often, got made some really cool creatures. There are some good dogs out there. But when you marry your dog, treat your dog like it's your boyfriend, your husband, we got issues. Mysterio, I think that woman marrying a dog is crazy. I agree with that situation. If you're in love with a dog and kissing that dog, you are in a beastie blank relationship. They'll normalize it, Jerome Markel. Yet another psychotic female, go figure. Something wrong. She doesn't like to be picked up. I've been bit twice by a dog. Once when I was 10, once when I was 32. Mine barks at my alcoholic brother. He's unconscious or consciously telling him to turn his life around. There you go. Yeah, can you believe it? 5 more days. They are animals. They take care of them. Screwing, however, is an abomination. It's gross. It is absolutely gross. It is absolutely disgusting. Well said, Megatron. Humanizing animals is a bad thing. Did you hear about the dog that became depressed? It started asking why it existed. They ended up putting the poor thing on. That's funny. She is more of a woman. He is more of a woman being sexual with her son more than a father with a daughter. Yes, you're seeing that as well. Son husbands. She is independent and doesn't need no one. But why is she going every time to the government? Yeah, anytime, if you're in love with a dog or you marry a dog, regardless if you, I don't even want to say the word, you know what I'm saying? You have a problem. If you're kissing a dog, kissing is an intimate thing between 2 people, usually a, boyfriend and girlfriend. If you're kissing a dog on the lips, that is bestiality, in my opinion. That's gross. I don't kiss my friends on the lips that are guys. I don't kiss friends that are girls on the lips that are girls. I don't kiss my mother or my sister on the lips. I don't even kiss them. I give them hugs. You're kissing a dog. You got an issue there. Wag your tail if she's abusing you, buddy. Attaboy. Bookshelf. Yeah, Megatron did get it. So is the marriage void if they don't consummate it? Good question. See you later, SE. Putting your face on an animal's face is not wise. I just think that it's not sanitary. That's all. For me, I don't want to be around that. That's gross. Emma Watson married herself. Did she really? No surprise. My dogs lick my face, but it can't reciprocate. Oh, okay. Well, you might have healthier dogs. They take them grocery shopping in my area, right in the shopping cart where all the food goes. Gross. I'm going today a leg of lamb and roast Mediterranean Middle East. Ooh, that sounds good. I got to figure out what we're doing for Christmas. I'm having my boys Christmas Eve. We'll do Thai food. A lot of brainwashed people out there. And yet somehow the dog is still the logical one in the relationship. Good to see realist vision. Interesting. How does that work? I love my cat, but I don't kiss him on the mouth. No, just pet your cat. Every man who's now married is F3 scenarios will happen. You get homeless, you lose your kids and your house and your money, or you pay everything for her and you will be her slave. Yeah. Happens to a lot of guys. No matter how domesticated the animal, you play risky business and risk getting bit. A lot of dogs have bit their owners. I mean, they're animals. Good to see you, Scotty. Happy birthday, brother. Imagine what she's doing to the... Yeah, that is gross, guys. That is... they're doing it as a mockery, saying that they don't need no man. That's why they marry themselves to their dogs. It's just another way to throw the man under the bus. Just like Chaos says, no man is good for you. Good enough for that broad. Yeah, it's chaos. Let them marry themselves. They're the buffooneries. It's a delusion. It's nuttery. No, these are 2 articles. I listed one article already on the chat, Mysterio. It's from the Independent. The other one was written by Brightside, some article. It's real. There's a picture of them and everything. Deadly Women makes me realize how some of them are evil. Well, go back to Eve and Jezebel, breaking down societal and cultural norms. Well said. Happy birthday to our brother, Scotty. Yep. I always want to highlight birthdays. So anybody have a birthday, let me know. Pet snakes eventually want to eat their owner. Yeah, I'm not a fan of snakes. I just they get me weirded out. It is what it is. After 2 divorces, I would never experience my freedom from any woman. My pockets are full and I can buy whatever I want. Peace, quiet, and freedom, brother. That poor dog is going to age even quicker. The stress of marriage will cause him to age 14 years a year. There you go. He probably eats really well too. You'll know there is a marriage on the rocks when Fido drops a douche on her shoes. Got a friend, got a pit bull female, and attacks every once it comes near and it doesn't know it. I just think there's breeds, they're bully breeds that are just, they're not meant to be pets. Remember the good old times when you left the dog outside? Sure. 5 days till Christmas, guys. Still cuffing season. Cuffing season ends in February, 1st of March. Manasseh, good to see you. My coworker was asking me to buy him something from my card because he didn't want his wife seeing the purchase. They need permission from their wives. Yeah, always you can ghost people. Just don't deal with women the way you think you should. You must ask her for permission to do something in your life. What a joke. Staying single till I die, I will not regret it. Yeah. It's great to be in charge of your life instead of somebody else. A lot of them are bred for aggression. Yeah, you're right, Troke. The woman will probably take his bone during divorce proceedings. Well, she'll get bored with the dog too, right? And she'll get another dog. Well, she got 11 dogs. Well, that first gal had 11 dogs. I mean, something's wrong when you have 11 mother effing dogs. I think iguanas are cool. I had a few roaming around. They seem chill. My son has a little pet, what are those little chameleon lizards? He's had it for like 12 years, feeds it crickets. Takes it out once a day, holds it, puts it back in his little heated area. Good. Ghost no getting cuffing season, brother. It's when women around the October to March, they want to be hooked up with a man or a partnership or a relationship so they can go through the holidays. Google it. Cuffing season for 300. See you later, Adrian. My friend's ex wanted her dog, and when they split and the dog was ailing, she put the dog to sleep. Yeah, how does that happen when you break up? How do you see the dog if you're married? We need January 22nd. The shenanigans going on right now are just wacko. Yeah, it's all about getting short term so they're not lonely and they're not weird when they go to a Christmas party or a New Year's Eve party or Thanksgiving Day feast or Valentine's Day because they don't want to be with an abusive and controlling man. That's why they marry their dogs. I'm just playing with you guys. Now, the woman, I'm going to link that article. She proposed to the dog and the dog wagged its tail. Like the dog knew what it was being proposed to. I want to know if they had a engagement. Did she give the dog some sort of jewelry? You could ask your sister that, even though I reached out to her, probably won't change shit. Most people don't change, Wolf. Let it go, forgive her. You had a nightmare chasing women. There you go. Accessorizing your company. There is so much business for dog and cat ownership. Petco, pet food. Just start investing. John Boston has a couple of funds that he invests in wine and another one with pet stuff. Ain't going away, especially if they're not getting married anymore to men or being in relationships. Pets are going to literally be a huge, it's huge right now, even bigger industry. Cuffing season starts at Halloween, goes through the end of February, early March till spring break, and then they like, I'm spring break, I'm free, I'm dunking that guy, he bores me, and now I'm gonna go to Boca Raton and Fort Lauderdale and Miami and friggin' the place in Texas, South Padre Island. And I'm gonna find a new man because because I'm hot. There it is. Timothy said it, from hot chick summer to cold witch winter. They go back to hot chick summer. The dog wants to take her house. He is so intelligent. How was Valentine's Day for you when you were married? No, it wasn't a big event. No, we just got Thai food. No cards, none of that crap. Where do they go on their doggy moon? Pets could get pricey. My friend's Yorkie needed a $7,000 surgery. They do. I knew someone that spent $6,000 on a dog, and had problems after problems. So they definitely spent a lot. Every woman does think she's a 10, and that's the biggest joke ever, Europe. I grew up with one dog, a poodle, had one cat that died last year, and got my new cat. I do like the companionship in my condo. Cats are a lot smarter than dogs. They clean themselves. They don't like to be pet. You know, they probably look at dogs. Cats probably look at dogs like, what is going on? They're smart. Good for you. Make healthy food for your dogs. She is so hot. She is 5 foot tall and weighs 900 pounds. Lizzo for 300 Trebek, or Gorlock the Destroyer. Percolate is one of my top stocks, says John Markel. Interesting. And Petco. There you go. Women know exactly how to manipulate with the body, face, and voice, even ugly or average. Yeah, of course they do. And men fall for it. I just remember, it's been a while, but I had green Choco Cayos. It's like parakeets. They are pretty cool. If your ex was not allergic, would you have really wanted a dog? Not really. Kids are hard enough. The dog will say, please help. I want my dig towel back. Please, I'm trapped in a marriage with a psycho. You know what that dog's thinking? That that woman who said she married the dog's like, man, this chick is nuts. I'm only here for the food. Imagine being dragged around on Christmas to some woman's family and friends' houses. Oh, and you know they're bringing the dog around. Sure. Jedi Run. Cheers, gentlemen. And remember, freedom is better than Needham. And don't forget to drink your red pill tea every day. Attaboy. I think that's Pete. Healthy food is expensive. I'd rather be poor and healthy than have bad health. One of my LTRs used me as arm candy for parties. She didn't want to be alone. She didn't want to be the single one out. Remember, women are always in competition. So she's going to a party and other women have boyfriends or husbands. So she wants to be included. 100 Polish. When I think of Polish weddings, I think about wedding crashers when they crash that Polish wedding. Only unexperienced men think she is a 10 and perfect. I am a Chad and had lots of women. Even the attractive ones got very stinky. Yeah, I've been with a very attractive woman 4 years ago, and she had stinky box. So yeah, it's a thing. Dog cry out for help. How did your kids deal with having a pet-free home and their friends most likely? My daughter wanted a dog, and my youngest wanted a dog, and I'm like, no. And then she bought a dog. The ex-wife bought a dog 4 years ago, and so they got their dog fixed. I don't even think they walk the dog or do any of that. They make the mom walk it. So that dog, the dog dopamine wears off pretty quick with kids. They'll love that dog for the first 2 weeks, but when they need to walk it, they'll be like, they won't want to do it or pick up the poop. Well said, Mr. Sammy. Cuffing season. You're a chaperone. My ex-cat used to always attack her and bite her. We had a cat growing up named Copper, and it bit us all. So my dad got rid of it. She wants another baby daddy to push her child support money. It's a business model. When I think of Polish wedding, I think of Lawrence Welk. Lawrence Welk for 300. Mysterio. Avocados are expensive unless you're in South America or Central America. Went through the bird face, fish face, snake face. Now it's motorcycles, guns, and a new Yamaha guitar. I got a Yamaha acoustic. I can't believe that women have gotten this crazy. It blows my mind, the content and self-admission from the crazy. It's becoming transparent, bookshelf. Absolutely. A man with no friends and a small circle is very secure and confident. Yeah, I'd say the majority of them. People look at, oh, you don't have a woman, you don't have this, you're not married. Yeah, it's wonderful. Why do dogs keep running away? Let them go, says Hey You. A lot of them, they're dogs. My ex had 2 dogs and a Captain Sabaho. There you go. And you know that Captain Sabaho came after those dogs. We don't need no bubbles or champagne. Megatron. Rolling Stones, walking the dog. Avocados are delicious. Modern women are never happy. She'll replace her dog with a better one who got more height and more beauty. A lot of these women love large male dogs, large big Danes, golden retrievers, black labs, huskies. Do they neuter them? Society with religion, family kept women in check back in the day. Now they're free to go wild. And it's all transparency now. That woman saying she's going to have sex with 1,000 men has been covered by how many TV channels? It's like, wow. No, that woman will self-delete in 18 months. Yeah, Timothy, my channel has not grown for 45 days. I keep losing subscribers, gain 1, lose 2, gain 2, lose. They don't like this message. We're pointing out delusion of women marrying dogs. They think it's normal. Well said, dude. John, 304s are agents of the state. In the 80s and 90s, Lawrence Welk was always big. Yes, my parents liked Lawrence Welk. Manasseh, you know you're cooked when she tells you she'll choose her dog over you. I remember this is one gal on a dating app. She was a very attractive woman, but she was always in her act. She blonde hair, nice body, wore Lululemon. She had like 4 huge dogs in every picture. Last time I was on a dating app, she's still there. Dudes don't want a woman with 5 fucking dogs. They don't want to deal with that. They know those dogs are 5 newborns. It's like a quintuplet. You have to take care of their poo, feed them, care for them, give them attention. No, that man is last. God did say snakes had a bad rap in the Bible, didn't he? She'll be in the doghouse after the dog divorce. She is 5 foot tall, weighs 1,000 pounds, and wants only model type men. True. It's opposite of what you see in the movies. They're always shown with a cute, small pedigree. Well, remember that one dog movie, Marley and Me? My kid loved it. I had to sit through it. It is what it is. Brad, where do you pull the most girls if you need to be? I don't think bars are where it's at anymore. I think you should do things like find something you like to do, join a group. Yeah, but it's not easier anymore because a lot of these women think that you're a creep. St. Bernard's is another one. Jerome Markel. Let's see what Timothy says. Women get big dogs to exert power. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think there's a lot of that as well. A lot of that mental illness to control a large dog. Yes, you're well said, Simone. Leave him at home when you're going to go to a restaurant in the store. Sure. He'll wait for you when you get home. She's getting pumped and dumped. She's been on there for 3 years. Danish is back. Good to see our brother. I remember you telling you had Danish ancestors. Do you know where about in Denmark? What's the big capital of Denmark? My grandfather is his line comes from Denmark. I wonder if all women have that chaotic nature more than women. I think they have the potential because they're emotionally brained, you know. Yeah, 5 dogs. Can you believe that? Still single. Yes, women have more of a chaotic. It's more an emotional response than anything. You can label it as chaotic or chaos or crazy, but it's our emotions taking over. Lululemon are those. If I'm attracted to women that have Lululemon on because a Lululemon is the best yoga pant. Any other non-yoga pant is not a yoga pant. Lululemon somehow has perfected the curve of women, and they're expensive. So a woman that typically wears Lululemon usually takes care of her box. She's probably crazy, but It is what it is. It's the same as having an Apple Watch. Women love Apple Watches. They love the greatest Apple phone. So Lululemon goes along with that. If they wear an off-brand that's not Lululemon, I question. It's like having an Android as a woman. And if a woman has an Android, especially in the US, typically financial challenges. Most of the Android people are out of the US or Canada and other developing countries because they're cheaper. And so a lot of them have it. Or men typically have Android because it's an open system and they can do all sorts of things instead of being locked into the Apple system. At least most of the guys I know, I would say 50% have Androids, 50% have iPhones. For women, it's 90% iPhones, 95% iPhones that I know. Every woman I know has an iPhone, except my mother. I hate the word creepy. Sounds like 50s corny slang. It does. The average female is a 14-year-old and a 23-year-old. Well, you're giving them too much credit, Timothy. I would say a 5-year-old. Recreation activities like yoga or volleyball, running clubs is where you can meet women. Yeah. The best way, if you wanted to meet a woman, say, Rad, what's your advice? You're 22 years old. You never had sex. And this is a very common question we get in MGTOW. Should you just go MGTOW and be monk for the rest of your life? I don't know if that's the right thing for a young man. I think they should be aware of the risk and the rewards. They should wrap up. They should, hit and quit. But maybe some of them need to have their heart broken. Maybe they need to go through it to understand. So I would tell them to go find activities they like to do outside of the gym. You like to paddleboard, join a paddleboard group. You like to kayak, you like to hike, you like to run, find a group that does that and become involved with them. And maybe you'll have a better chance meeting someone that likes your same hobbies instead of swiping. It's all bullshit anyway on the dating apps. Well said. Any society that allows them to go unchecked is whacked. And that's where we're at. And it's the fall of Rome. That's where we're in. The fall of the world as we see it is happening right now. It's just expanded to all countries. Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, Mr. Sammy, that I know, when I see a woman with an Android, I question. Something's weird there. Because all women, the majority of women, 99% are hive mind. They all want iPhones. Even poor chicks have iPhones. So when there's an Android, it means they have bad credit. They can't get an iPhone. They can't pay for the iPhone up front. They're on some, prepaid plan, which is fine because I have prepaid. But they have some plan where they pay by the month and they add the cheaper phone in. But I'll tell you what, Android phones, those Samsung Galaxies, they're the same, if not more expensive than iPhones. There's some expensive Android phones out there. Crazy girlfriend. I've seen a couple of those crazies that go up to the house or the car and they're banging on and the chick's just going nuts. I have an Apple. I live stream off my Mac. It's 15 years old, 15 years and 1 month old. Still running. I upgraded the RAM. It's probably not the greatest optics like myself. My iPhone, I have an iPhone. The reason I have an iPhone, because all my kids have iPhones. And if I don't have cellular, like when I'm traveling, I can always FaceTime them through iMessage. And so that helps. But I also got it for cheap. Bought it 4 years ago on a Black Friday special. And I got it for dirt cheap. Brand new in a box because it was black. It was a black case. I put a case over it anyways. Who cares? If apparently they like the rose-colored metal and the silver metal and the white metal on the back of the iPhone, mine's black, so they discounted like 80%. And I put a case over it. It doesn't matter. I don't even see it anyways. That is the delusion of people today. They'll buy a phone because it's a certain color of pink. Whacked out. I won't support woke Apple. Well, they're all woke at this point, Trog, unfortunately. My favorite phone was a Windows phone. Thought Windows great. Had all my apps, especially, but Windows couldn't compete. I mean, Google runs Android. They're woke as shit too, right? So it's really hard to get out of it. And you are absolutely right. If you have an Android phone, they don't like it. 1/10 scale crawler, remote control truck. I've seen some of those remote control trucks, Wolf, on the trails that guys do. I question a woman if she's driving anything other than a white Jeep Cherokee. I went out with two gals that had white Cherokees with tan leather. And they were very attractive, but crazy. Basic black all the way, says Mega. Yeah, I have no problem with the color of a stupid phone. Oh, if the phone was friggin' pink, like Barbie pink, I'd still buy it. Put a case on it. Who cares if it was cheap? Flip phones are dope, brother. Nokia. I have an old Mac iBook, but I want to run Windows on it. What? You should run Linux. I think you can run Linux on some of these old Macs. I think all men should have a sanctioned brothel in their city to get that itch scratched. I agree with that. I don't think the average man can go through life without some sort of affection. Yes, I agree. I think every man needs to feel the touch of a woman. I've already had it, tons of it. I understand it. But a young man, I think it's important. I think it's healthy. But unfortunately, they're crazy today. And these young gals are crazier. So it's a huge risk. But yeah, I agree with that statement. And maybe a brothel would be a place for that. Get a penis phone with big nut sacks. Like the truck nuts on the back of a truck. I use a Nokia smartphone because of old school nostalgia. There you go. Blue clamshell. I remember the apples that were like that little round little deal. They came out, how different colors and stuff. Attaboy, 3 flip phones. There you go, Timothy. The optics of the old Matt suits very well the old man in front of it. Sorry, Rad, couldn't resist. Older is better, though. Well, yeah, I mean, it's still running. It's still running great. But when I go to Mexico, I'm going to get a new iBook, which will have all the great optics. And you can see all my age spots. In high school, I did a couple of indie chicks. They were cool. They were fun. Definitely not prude. Dating apps are just the same people. It's just a big joke. And have you seen Bumble stock lately? It's like next to nothing. There you go. I mean, I'm not against sanctioned legal brothels like in Nevada. If a man has that itch and wants to take care of it, you're going to pay for it, $1,000, $2,000 for a night. But you know what? It might be something that keeps you out of a shit show. And you get a little touch of a woman. Captain Rusty Rivers in the chat. Rusty making lots of content lately. I like my Razor, the Razor. Remember when Razor came out? Remember all the videos 20 years ago, or the commercials? Pisses me off how they balloon the size of operating systems so your own machine. Yes, I haven't. The version of iOS that I'm running on this machine is like 13 years old. This is from 2009. My son was 4 years old. And we love the idea of the camera on it. It's an iMac, so it's an all-in-one. And my kids could video their cousins and stuff. They loved it. It was $1,200, $11.99 when I bought it. My company bought it. My business bought it. And it's still running today. It's got the Intel processor in it, so I can upgrade the RAM. They're a lot more stronger than they are. But I'm going to run it till it dies. Who cares? It's fast on the internet. I upgraded the RAM. I put in a solid disk hard drive. It's fine. Mexican ladies are sexy, just not the ones that look like a burned chicken nugget. You guys are great. Listen, I'm going to link these 2 articles. There's one linked already. Go check it out. And I got to get back. It's a Friday. Enjoy the weekend. Stay out of trouble. And remember, peace, quiet, and freedom beats them all. No marriage, no cohabitation, no kids, no new kids. And don't marry a dog. Rebel against defeat. Chase excellent. Masculinity, of course, men first. And one more from Danish. Capital Denmark, Copenhagen. Yeah, they're from some little area of outside of Copenhagen. That's all I know. I'll find out for you, brother. Never been to Portugal, but I would love to go. You guys have a great week. We'll see you on the next one. Watch Scotty's side tonight, and we'll chat soon. I'm out. Peace.